Washington, D.C. Judge Tanya Chutkan, who donated to Barack Obama and is a Barack Obama appointment, it should always be mentioned, gives the first trial date for Trump. And then Trump's attorney just absolutely shreds her. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug. I'm your host. I'm here to bring you a little bit of news each day, the major headlines. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And of course, we love hearing from you in the chat because you give us so many great ideas. Here we go. Let's go.
I'm smiling because how do you get through 11 million documents?
On that court case where they dropped, it's 11 million documents on the defense.
In 24 hours, I mean, 11 million pages is just staggering, and as a former lawyer, the preparation that has to go into that is just insane, where every single page could be a great win for your client in the courtroom. The prep work on this is just, astronomical.
Remember on this J6 one, this is 11 million documents, and their goal, of course, is to tie up Trump. They don't care. They'll put him in jail. They don't care if he's in jail. This is only about the election, and that's why they won't allow Trump to move it past the November 2024 date.
I couldn't imagine them doing this within the next year. I think it would be unconscionable, and I think it would be, quite frankly, reckless for a defendant's right to look at the evidence and prepare for a trial for their defense.
Of course, it would be reckless and irresponsible to have a court date within the next year. And that's why they had a court date within the next year. Here's ALX. Breaking judge sets March 4th, 2024 trial date in Trump J6 case. This is just one day before Super Tuesday, when over a dozen states hold their primary elections. It's so obvious what corrupt Barack Obama appointee and donor Tanya Chutkan is doing here.
Congressman, Trump attorney Alina Habba is calling for Special Prosecutor Jack Smith to be investigated himself.
Now here's Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, saying, let's get Jack Smith. We got to reveal what's going on with these guys. This has all been colluded. This is all corrupt.
But I can tell you that it's to tie him up. It's definitely political. The motivation is now under investigation by Jim Jordan for Fannie, and I believe Jack Smith should be investigated as well.
Investigate them all. Here's Trump's announcement yesterday on Truth Social. Deranged Jack Smith and his team of thugs who were caught going to the White House just prior to indicting the 45th president of the United States, an absolute no-no, have been working on this witch hunt for almost 3 years, but decided to bring it smack in the middle of crooked Joe Biden's political opponent's campaign against him. Election interference. Today, a biased, Trump-hating judge gave me only a 2-month extension, just what our corrupt government wanted. Super Tuesday. I will appeal. Trump is going to appeal this court date. But remember, it's not whether if Trump is innocent or guilty, or even Hunter Biden is innocent or guilty. It's the timing. The timing on this is everything. They let Trump go for years on this stuff. They only came after him when he announced he's going for president. So all of this is corrupt. Jack Smith is corrupt. Biden is corrupt. Chutkan is corrupt. The federal judge overseeing a criminal case against former President Donald Trump for interfering with the 2020 presidential election has set a trial date of March 4th, brushing aside Trump's arguments for a 2-year delay, which would be fair. It would get it out of the election era. You see, Trump, if he won the election, could pardon himself. And that's why they have to make sure that this affects the actual election, to make sure that he doesn't win. That's their goal, not justice, because they could get justice in 2 years. They don't want him to win. Obama appointee and Obama donor Chutkan lying. Quote, I take seriously the defense's request that Mr. Trump be treated like any other defendant appearing before this court. And I intend to do so, said the judge. Here's why she is not, in fact, treating Trump like any other, because no other defendant would ever even be in going to court right now. He's only going to court because he's not like every other defendant. Because he's running for president. She had all of that time to go after him. She had no interest until she ran. So she is not treating him like every other citizen. This is politics. Here's the Republican things that Trump being in a courtroom are going to screw up. January 15th, Iowa Republican caucuses that are already scheduled. Here's down at February 13th, the New Hampshire Republican primary. February 27th is the Michigan Democrat and Republican primary. Here's Idaho Republican caucus, March 2nd. March 3rd, District of Columbia, D.C. Republican primary. And then right there in the middle is Trump's court date with Chutkan, corrupt Obama appointee Chutkan. Then comes March 5th, the day after the 4th is Super Tuesday. He can't campaign. He's in a court case, going over documents, called as a witness. This is stupid. March 12th is the Georgia Republican primary, the Mississippi Republican primary, Washington Republican primary, March 25th. All of this is what they're using this lawfare to corrupt. Are you buying this? Are you still standing with Trump? Let us know if you're going to call this out. We won't stand for this. This has to get dismissed, thrown out of court, made fun of. By the way, this is the only court that has the actual weight of the government behind it. So this is very serious. This one's very serious. And if Trump can make this one crumble, it's easier to make the other three get dismissed. This is the one to hit. I'm Doug in Exile.